jobless.
Let's get it. You don't know about this, yeah. You're not lost if you get me. Smoke boy.
Yo.
Jobless. Yeah. Oi.
Classic.
Yeah. Oi. Let's get it. You don't know about this, yeah.
Guys like my mom with it.
Smoke boy.
Okay.
What I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay. I forgot
Yeah.
playing the
You're
video.
not lost if you get me.
No one video now. Let's like one video.
Jobless.
Yeah,
Fucking
but-
support, man. I'm on
on
your
you.
new.
I hate the quality.
Oh, I'll on the roof.
Okay.
Yes. Tell them what it is. Yeah. Dice like Macumba.
You know, say a lot of people don't even know saying I use the dice. So like, shout out to everybody that's been listening. Shout out to our day one listeners. Let me quickly make a quick apology. Yeah, we missed some episode of JOI, but it's due to so many things. We're trying to make sure we structure things right. We have to change studio and all that. So apologies for that. Thank you. We're back, bigger and better. And don't worry, we're not going away anymore. We don't come back now. Today, I believe this should be episode 68. I want to believe. Okay. I want to believe this should be 68. I'm not sure. I'll check.
Shout out to everybody.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't say shout out to the generation people, especially my own generation. Millennials now. Shout out to the millennials.
Shout out to the millennials.
Shout out to the Gen Z.
Shout out to the baby boomers.
Shout out to the baby boomers.
Yeah, shout out everybody.
Shout out everybody.
Yeah. Shout out if you're in Lagos. If you are listening in Lagos, shout out to you. We know that at cost. Shout out if you're in London. Our London listeners, shout out to you. Shout out if you're in New York.
All over the United States.
All over Eastern Texas. You know we love you.
That's another expensive one. Yeah, shout out everybody.
You know we love you. Alright, so the episode is back, the podcast is back, bigger and better. So let's have some feel of some nice jam.
I'm thinking of something now. What I'm thinking about is I'm remembering the story behind when we shoot this Joy Remix video. Shout out to DJ T. Shout out to DJ T again.
Shout out to DJ T.
Oh, there you know. Shout out Baba. I know, say you get different stories.
No, but it was Larry that shot this one. Larry Tyson.
Oh, which one are we playing right now?
We are playing the original.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Remember Larry Tyson?
Yeah, Larry Tyson.
Shout out to Larry Tyson. Larry was the one that shot this one.
Yes.
Shout out to Yemi
This
Pierre.
one we shot in
Vintage Suit.
But we shot the original one. We shot the very first one in the Ikorodu. Remember? That one that we didn't use before Larry Tyson shot this video.
Yeah, there was one we did in Ikorodu.
This song like
3 or 4 videos.
Man, it's been a long time.
But I mean, it's a journey. Sometimes even me, if I think about so many things we happen during that time, we should like, even if not talk about videos, even audio. Do you know how many
recordings? Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Lord of Ajasa on this one.
I remember how you used to record if you record the song and you play, and maybe I have an idea or I think Kabasa have an idea is to go to record like Baba say we go
change them again. Change them again.
Man, the work ethic that time was really well. It was fun because we were enjoying it. You guys are enjoying it.
You didn't feel like work.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, of course.
It didn't feel like work because we enjoyed the whole process. Hey,
Lord Dashi.
Shout out to Lord Dashi.
In case you're the millennials, no, Gen Zs, you're wondering who Lord Dashi is. That's Lord of Ajasa. If you don't know, Google it.
You don't do this.
Google it.
I mean,
Google it. You think they don't know that?
No, they probably won't know him as Lord Dashi. Lord Dashi is like one of the AKAs.
So would you say Lord of Ajasa is actually the #1 pioneer and king when it comes to Yoruba rap in Nigeria?
I won't say Yoruba rap. I would say indigenous rap.
Indigenous rap,
number one. Yes, of course. Yes, in Nigeria. Yes, yes. Because I remember the first time I listened to the very. I don't know if it's the first Lord of Ajasa.
Is it the first one that did it, or it was the first one that blew from doing it? Because I know there's one AY.
No, AY is in London, and we don't see.
His Yoruba did not correct. It wasn't given.
Okay, from my own from my perspective, yeah, I remember the first time I listened to Lord of Ajasa's this song, My Law, bro,
classic.
The first time I listened to that, classic. I've never heard anybody.
You know, I was looking for
rap.
I was looking for that song
at that time
on YouTube.
I've never.
I can't find it.
I've never.
My Law song.
And now, if we're talking about the one that actually blew, that's what we're talking about. Otia, you know. Yeah. But anybody who know a lot of Ajasa, Otia, they'll argue and start from My Law Rigor is probably like 2 years before Otia. My Law should be around 2000. Yeah, that's the first one I listened to. It's one who started.
Did I ever tell you my story of how I met Lord of Ajasa?
No, I didn't. But you know, I came in from the era of when I think it was after you guys recorded that song. That was the time I met you and I met him. So I didn't know the story.
It was I believe he was doing the Otia was out then. So I was trying to get a contact through him. I couldn't get in touch. So one evening, Bombastic was having a show on Star FM.
Shout out to Jim Bombastic.
Shout out to Bomb on Star FM. So he played a lot of Ajasa. So he said some few things about him. I was like, definitely, this guy Sabi. I just called Star FM. Talk say, Alaji Lukman Lonsoro.
For real?
Yeah, that's what I did. I said, Alaji Lukman Lonsoro, I'm about DJ Bombastic Soro. They said, okay, I should hold on. They gave him the phone. I said, Omo to play Tonsen. Lord of Ajasa. Number mo fẹ́ gbé show kan fún ni. Yeah, okay sir. My text number. She number in lele. Yeah, number me. My text number is.
So you use 419 for
419 who they send street.
You got to where you call Lord of Ajasa?
I go back to myself now. Bros, good evening. My name is Jabless.
Funny enough, that idea they always work. Man, if you're not Yoruba, you don't understand exactly what it is. Now the way
that was how I got to that. Man, that's a wonderful. At the point I was living in his house.
This was me when I first time living in
when he was living in his house. Yeah, I was spending time. It was his house I met nice. It was nice too. They always come there, record. So me, I was there recording too. It was from him I met nice Natel. Then when he now did my song like this, Kabasa now edit. So it was true. I just produced the original. That's how shout out to Lord of Ajasa. Shout out to
okay, so basically it's like we're saying Lord of Ajasa is number one.
Yeah,
and he's not rapper. It's the same as saying Lord of Ajasa is coded to himself. Because with what you just told me, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, but at that point, he and Kabasa were already running coded tunes.
Yeah.
Only that they don't. It wasn't like official,
yeah.
But they're always together. That was the reason why Kabasa could actually hear that song from him, because he played it to Kabasa. He was like, there's one song he did with one boy. His name is Dabless. Kabasa now heard. Kabasa was like, omo, it's lele bamlomuwa. That was the way she gave me lossy. Although Kabasa,
imagine.
And Kabasa didn't collect a dime to reproduce that song.
I didn't even know this story. I didn't know this story, even though I've known you guys for a long time. I didn't even know this particular story.
Yep.
But shout out. When I say Lord of Ajasa is pivotal to coded tunes. What I mean is, I'm talking about the coded tunes that we know now. The people that we know from coded tunes that have had hit song, evergreen song.
Yep.
You know, everybody kind of came through Lord of Ajasa, because I heard a story too that Lord of Ajasa, I think I heard a story that Lord of Ajasa was the one who produced Olamide's first song. His initial song, yeah.
It should be
before he became Olamide itself. So now we're talking about
G-Dog.
Yeah. We're talking so
shout out to G-Dog.
Shout out to Badu. Leave G-Dog.
Shout out to G-Dog.
Now Badu, me.
The last time I see him,
they call him G-Dog.
G-Dog Alpha.
He could look like
the bros. Oh man. Lots of stories. Okay. Shout out to Sass. This is when
this is the video that I was talking about shout out to the team and the original. Why they always come through. If you can speak something now, where nobody's ready to touch. During this era, people don't really want to touch street music. They feel like, man, it's Raz, it's this, I'm not gonna touch him. I'm not gonna say,
aeroplane in the car wash.
what do you have?
When it comes to different styles, I'm the boss.
Let me tell my own story about how I met JT. I met JT around before I started coming to Kabasa's place around 2000 and maybe 2003. Yeah. 2003, 2002. Yeah. During the era of where about Day Hot. Now I met him because they do music with some of my guys. You can't get one auntie.
What's your group name?
Pretty Thugs and 90.
Pretty Thugs and 90.
You can't get one big auntie. We tell us, say, man, I'm gonna take you to someone. He's gonna help you guys in this music thing. So he took us to JT. I met him. It was nice, was everything. But later on, when I now meet him again, during the era of you and Nice and a lot of Adjust and everybody, I can't remind them. Say, Baba, remember I say, hey, I didn't look your face. Look your face. So I've met him way before then.
He didn't ask you that. Where's that auntie?
Man, I don't want to go into the story of that auntie now. I'm just telling you how I first met DJT.
Shout out to DJT.
Shout out to DJT. DJT.
Oh, Colomo.
Oh, Derek in one.
Oh, Derek in one.
Bad. Speaking of this,
I like to see a white girl bleaching.
I'm talking about people who came for the video, so they were saying their experiences, what happened that day. So there's a lot of stories that you don't even know. Bro, I'm talking about backstories of this.
There's a lot of people that later became famous
and they were in this video.
Yes.
Yeah.
And nobody knows them at that point.
Yeah.
I was not the one that invited them. I don't even know them. It was later I was like, Baba, nah, so person with us now. Baba, now me with us now. I was like, for real?
Yeah. Now those kind of people that they talk about, say they Rocket Man comment section where they write their story. Somebody go write story, say I was in this video, it was shot. I can't really say, okay, if I don't read them, I did it. I know waiting this person talk. I can't go look their handle. This one said you did music. Where you did for the video? Yeah. There's a lot of
plenty like that.
Yeah.
I saw Shogo. Shout out to Shogo.
I saw Shogo
and Lake Twice. I saw them from one background, from one corner. I see this one is did this video.
Even Latwise even comment say he get your own story. Say you remember that day. I can't remember. So this guy did this video, man.
Yeah.
Man. That, like they always say, when you're doing music or you're doing something that you don't know who you're inspiring, you don't know how far it can go. You're just doing it because you love it, but you never know.
Yeah, shout out. That was when First Stack was out, though.
Yes,
shout out to First Stack Town, First Stack 77. Shout out to Amuwa Dolphin Estate. Shout out to what's this big producer that Indomix. Shout out to Indomix.
Shout out Indomix.
Shout out to you. Thank you for the love and support during those times.
Blind deaf man preaching. I like to see Shoki do a catwalk. Or a Yahoo boy asking what is scalp. So high business class, the lecturers they don't. Big four,
I think just jump to the story of how I experienced
I get feeling all over my
different story about
Okay, let me start the podcast officially. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to Jobless Original Intelligence, the podcast, and this is episode 67, I believe, or 68, whichever one. Just take it like that. So today we're going to be discussing a lot, and I have my co-host with me today, Celebrity CEO, that is like Makumba Agba Entertainer.
Hello everybody, my name is Ibro, Celebrity CEO. Okay, I'm trying to introduce myself properly now. So I'm a co-host on this show for now, hopefully let's just hope I'll get better at doing it and I'll continue to do it. Well, I'm a fan of podcasts and I'm a fan of this podcast, even though this guy is my guy normally, but at the same time I've always loved what he does on this podcast, and I've always thought about being a guest on it now.
So today you go serve as guest.
Yeah, guest.
And you go serve as co-host.
Yes, that kind of thing. Go make sense. You do that.
Right. I actually want to dive straight into it because there's a lot of blowback regarding this topic with Wizkid and Jazzy and David, and even me. I got a lot of backlash.
What happened? Wait.
Okay, so I'll start from my story. Tunde Ednot posted a video of VDM, very dark man, and I was not 100% comfortable with what PDM's video said in the video. He actually talked about. It was a long story. Nobody can. I can actually play the video for you. He said nobody can get to. He mentioned a couple of guys, right? And he was like, all these people where they do music now, say none of them can get to the level of Jazzy.
Oh, he's talking about Don Jazzy.
He was talking about Jazzy, that Wizkid disrespected
Don Jazzy. That the people that are doing music now can't get to the level of Don Jazzy.
So it was like all these people doing music now, none of them can get to the level of Jazzy this, Jazzy that.
Yeah, because Jazzy is all he knows. You know, maybe he started listening to Nigerian music, what we call Afrobeats right now from the Jazzy era, maybe from 2004. Exactly.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong in what he said, right? But I just think he doesn't know a lot about that industry. For him, I need to look for that video for him to say everything he said. And here's the point. He was like, none of them can ever reach the level of Jazzy, because back in the days, everybody looked at Jazzy as God. The first time we actually heard Jazzy sing was on Hello my baby, and I call you my honey. Say normally nobody did, because normally Jazzy is always at the back holding the stick, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense. But bro, then here is what got me. He said something like, it was like, do you know how many people Jazzy has helped? Do you know many people Jazzy discovered? He now mentioned Tiwa, he mentioned Rema, he mentioned One Day, and I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not discrediting anything Jazzy did, right? But I don't think you know enough to mention these names because you don't know their story. You don't know their struggle. That's what I said, though. Bro.
Oh,
I commented.
You commented that on.
Yes, on today's post that you don't. If you know the inside story of so many things, you no go come out and say what. And they came at me. Gen Z.
All the Jazzy boys. Man,
they came at me. So the next day, I actually came online, like the next day, to do a video, and I had to. I just needed to address my own fans and make them understand, because a lot of them were they were sending DM. They were like, Baba, if you have problem with Jazzy, it's better you make it known instead of making him instead of hiding under. Well, they plenty nonsense. I was like, nope, I have no problem with Jazzy. The only thing is, I was just not comfortable with what VDM said.
Yeah, because what VDM said, in your opinion, is false. It's not 100%. So you have every right to
want to clear something regarding my comment yesterday on Today Ednot's post.
Well, I actually saw this video, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that was well.
First of all, let me make one thing clear to you guys. I don't have any problem with Jazzy. I love Jazzy. I'm a Jazzy fan. I've always been
why we get
in with Jazzy anytime. I love Jazzy. I have no problem.
The narrative online, don't forget.
I also do not have any problem with VDM. As a matter of fact, I believe VDM is one of the few guys out there that makes
someone to, especially all these Gen Zs. See, do you know how many times I've seen a story, I've read something, I know the narrative is false, or maybe the person is saying what the person that's actually saying is wrong.
Yep.
I would have typed my message like this. I'll just delete it.
But let's get factual now, right? If we want to look at it on a scale of being an artist, who is bigger, Jazzy or Wizkid?
Oh no. Is Don Jazzy really an artist? Don Jazzy is a producer, actually. That's what he's known. He's really known for.
Yeah, but Wizkid called him an influencer. That is what started this.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to dive into that straight up?
Is that disrespectful?
Well, if you look at it from the context of what is happening, what Don Jazzy is doing in the last 2-3 years, yeah, come on, it's not disrespectful. But coming from a Wizkid, it is disrespectful.
But I just asked the question: who is bigger?
No. Being disrespectful has nothing to do with who is bigger.
Okay,
we're talking about the statement here. Coming from a Wizkid. The reason why I say coming from a Wizkid, this is Wizkid. This is someone who came from after the Don Jazzy era, after Don Jazzy after they started. You know what I'm saying?
He actually has a video. He has a video online that he's saying
said,
they actually accommodated him.
Yes,
for a while. So technically, he's disrespectful.
He's disrespectful. And from that,
he should not address Jazzy like that.
Right? Yes.
I get it. And I support that too.
If it was somebody else, for example, let me look. Who can I? Let's say you, for example, you have nothing to do with Don Jazzy. You know what I'm saying? If you had come out and to say that, it's not disrespectful.
If I call him an influencer,
yes, it's not disrespectful. Come on, you've been in the game before.
But the funny thing is, they had Paul's award. You know Paul's TV now.
Yeah, after all of this thing,
and he won before.
Yeah.
And he won Influencer of the Year.
I didn't even
and
know
he
that.
accepted the award.
Yes.
But I think the problem is from the concept of who Wizkid is and the way he called him, that influencer was disrespectful, because he just said I can't trade words or something like that with somebody who is signed by an influencer.
Yes.
Which is
hold on. Like I said,
the problem was between Ladipo and Wiz.
Yeah,
that was where he
that response Wizkid gave Ladipo is exactly a response a rapper would give another rapper. If Wizkid was a rapper, we will not be having this conversation. We will say it's a bar. You try to come at him, try to come at you back. Period. Nobody is going to talk about it. See, I look at that response from the angle of hip hop. That's where I look at it from, artist to artist. But the only reason why I'm saying disrespectful to Jazzy is because Wizkid came. He was inspired by all of these guys. Came from after their era. So as a Yoruba boy.
But really, if you look at it deeper, what happened to Wizkid that last week?
Okay, well, everybody's going through stuff.
He was just going
everybody's
going
through
later
stuff.
I don't even know how David got into the mix, because it was initially between him and Jazzy. Then David came in and he started posting David's video. Did you see that video?
Before he posted it, he commented on the video and tell somebody to send him that video. First of all, I didn't even believe that video was real. I thought it was AI doctored.
I thought it was doctored.
But now with all this response, it means that's a real video. That's a real video.
What's that?
Man. When I first saw this,
do you know who posted that video?
Initially, I don't know who posted it. I didn't even pay attention.
Yeah,
I didn't even pay attention because I thought it was AI doctored. That's what I thought. Even from Wizkid retweeting someone and say send me this video, I thought it was just still. I thought he was still looking at it like it's not real. But when I started seeing the video response, then
there was this girl. I don't know what her name is. I shall know she's an American name. That posted a picture with David, and people went at her like, "Don't you know David is married and all that?"
Yeah.
So she actually dropped. She took it down. After she took it down, people were still going at her. So she now posted that video. She was now like, "Is this the nigga you guys are?"
Yeah, that video is a nightmare, man.
It was. I'm trying to. You need to get into David's mind to actually understand, because he looks like he was in distress.
Man, you know the funny thing? I've never watched that video and listened to what he was saying.
He wasn't saying anything. He was just saying please, like something held him, more like he's in ransom.
Something like that.
Because he was just saying please. And I was really worried when I saw it. I was like, what could be happening here? Because this is not just a normal video.
Yeah, that's the reason.
But now where it now get dicey is, how did that video get to that girl? No, because it was the girl that actually posted it.
If the girl posted the video, that means the girl recorded the video.
Not necessarily.
You don't think the girl recorded the video?
Not necessarily.
Okay, now
but somehow the video got to the girl.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of shit.
And Wiz now posted a video and now said, "Beg me like this."
There's a lot of shit going on.
Wiz is an idiot.
See, you know what? See, like they always say, once a rapper is always a rapper, man. See, everything Wizkid does, especially when it comes to his ranting, even though I'm not gonna make an excuse for him, I know everybody's going through stuff. So all his clapbacks, all the way he replies to people, the way I think he always get into his old. He used to rap now. He used to get into his old.
His thug life.
Thug life mode and say, man. That's the reason why I would say most of all these rants recently, I can say where maybe he's going through stuff, but at the same time his response to Ladipo is coming from a rapper to a rapper. That's how I say it. Because if for example if that response was given to another rapper, let's say an Ice Prince for example, give
Wasn't Ladipo that said like rap is dead, something like that?
No. It was Wizkid that started hip hop is dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was why Ladipo now responded.
Yeah, even though that statement too, Don Jazzy has made the same statement too before.
Yes, I remember.
So man, people shouldn't get. Come on, everybody get online and say stuff. Yeah,
but if we decide to look at it from that angle, do you think rap? I'm not saying hip hop is dead. But I want to say rap music in Nigeria in particular, when it comes to this new generation of music. Do you think he's actually dead?
No, rap.
How many rappers are actually giving us the numbers?
Inspires. Hip hop is the backbone of the Afrobeat that we have right now. See, there's a tweet that MI put up, and I that gets me, that resonated with me. He talked about, like, for hip hop to just be in this conversation, it means hip hop is the reason why all of us are here. Because look at it from the era of even the backstory to what we now call Afrobeats now. Look at it. There has always been Junior and Pretty. There's always been, there's always been someone who does something, who does rap at the time. Even far back as in 90s.
Yeah, Alexo.
Not just Alexo. SSP is sashing up with that. That's rap, man. It's hip hop. It's rapping. That's exactly what it's doing.
What I'm saying is, in the early 2000s, going to the mid towards the ending, there are times that you still listen to a rap song that is by a Nigerian artist.
Yes.
Right? Days of Mode 9, Days of MI, Days of Ice Prince, Reminisce. Who is in that spot now?
Right now,
that's exactly my that's why I said, if you look at it truly, is it dead?
No.
Because I apart from, I think, Dan Dizzy, I don't know if you know him.
I know Dan Dizzy. I
think Dan Dizzy freestyle very well.
He's making his,
I think Odumodu Black is on that.
Yeah.
But the even Odumodu Black is not like, we cannot compare it with the kind of rap we used to hear those days. That scale of Ice Prince, that scale of is way different. But I'm talking about, apart from Ladipo true also is in that
true
class.
To the game.
Yeah.
Who else? Now, this is my opinion is this. Most of these rappers tend to sing more now because they understand the commercial value of making singing, that you can actually make more money than just rapping. So that
was what killed it. So you agree that it's dead?
No, it's not. I'm not saying it's dead. It's not dead. See. Let me tell you something. Words are powerful. From the days of people like Rugged Man, where he said, "I can rap and I also make dance tracks to get
shout out to
Rugged in the clubs." You know what I'm saying? So people go by these templates. So hip hop is not there. Hip hop is still the backbone of the Afrobeats that we have right now, and it continue to be the backbone of the Afrobeat music that we continue to have. It is what it is. We don't just have new players holding it down right now. That's what we don't have. But
why? But there's a lot of rappers out there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We're talking about getting
even
mainstream.
That brings us to that point. I want to have a segment in this podcast now that we actually showcase new up and coming music. We listen to it. If you're an up and coming artist out there and you don't mind having an honest opinion about your song, there's going to be an email address on the screen. Email your song, we can sample it on the show, and you get reviews from people, and not just us, from other listeners too. Particularly, I want rappers this week.
Yes,
I want rappers this week. If you know you're a rapper, you're hot out there and you're still on the ground, send your song. Let's showcase it on the show. Let people listen to it. I believe rap is not dead. I believe there's a whole lot of talented rappers out there.
There are a whole lot of ingenious rappers out there. There's a lot. There's like I was listening. Most of all these new guys, Jerry the Hustler. There's a lot of them. Jericho, there's some guys. Yeah, the rappers. Even
I know they told me about. There was a time they gisted me about Psycho YP.
Psycho YP.
I've not really listened to him, but I think the name rings a bell. Like when it comes to
I'm more tuned to the indigenous rappers more. Maybe because of that's the era, or that's the forte.
Which indigenous rapper is out there?
I'm not tuned to that. I can't find any currently.
But this guy is good though.
Who?
This Yoruba boy, Quebex.
Quebec, yeah. But
Quebec is
they need to take it to another level.
What happened to Chinko Ekun?
Chinko
Ekun is
indigenous
too, and
they need
tight.
to. It's about material. They need to continuously keep putting out materials.
But these guys have been out for a while.
Yeah. They need to continue to put out materials, because let me tell you something. Why? How did we get to this point whereby Afrobeat singing takes over the whole space? It's because of how many materials they're dropping. Like, you look at every Friday, there's something that they do online. New Music Friday. It's on Apple Music. There's a playlist on there. You look at music that comes out the whole week. You hardly find
singers.
Yeah. Come on, man. They need to continue putting out songs. I remember the era of I'll say the era the 2013 2012 era, during the time Reminisce and Olamide were dropping rap songs back to back. You know, they need to continue doing that. I guess that's what is missing right now. You know, people are not that people are not rapping. They're not putting out those materials like they're supposed to.
Like I said, if you have new material and it's rap, or even if it's a song and you want us to showcase it on the show, send it to the email address. We'll listen to it. We tell you the process, and
also rap is not dead. Rap, hip hop music is the backbone of the Afrobeats we have right now. Even though it sounds like it looks like most of the old rappers are not. They're not as innovative as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? So we need. But I actually
want to ask, why does David and Wiz? Why do they have to beef?
To beef?
Why do they have?
Okay.
Why do they have to beef?
Okay, in my own honest opinion, you know, I think it has something to do with us as Africans. We always want to. We always believe. No, not believe. It is a fact. We don't believe. We don't have it in our. We don't believe. Let me use the word believe. We don't believe that there can be two people can be on top at the same time. It always has to be one king, and the rest of you comes below that person.
Yeah, but isn't that our culture?
Yeah,
as Africans, it's always one king.
I get it.
So you're saying that mentality cuts across everything that we do.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So on the era in a year whereby a Davido's music bangs, it has #1 song. It's the #1. You know what I'm saying? And in another year where Wizkid has, the #1 is the #1. You know what I'm saying? We the fans, especially these Gen Z people, they don't understand that they can be. Both of them can actually be on top.
But these guys are not Gen Zs though.
Yeah, they are not Gen Z.
They are not. Yeah,
and also another thing that I think is actually happening is I think we're about to see a new era of
Afrobeat.
Yeah, a new era of guys being on top. Like, for example, what Rema said. Let's dive into that. Like what Rema said, there's no big 3, it's big 4 now. Yeah, it's telling that's
as a matter of fact, I think it's more than big 4, but I'll go with what Rema said.
Okay, well, he was trying to be humble with it, to say big 4.
Yeah,
that's acknowledging those guys.
But the truth is a new set coming up.
Yeah, he's a new set. Yeah, he's a new era.
I would say Rema. I would say Arashta. I'll say Thames, yeah. I'll say Ashake. Okay. For me, I'll say those are the new big 4.
Oh, you say those
my
are
own
the big 4?
Yes.
Your own big 4.
My own big 4.
No,
my own
man.
big 4.
No, man.
Okay.
No, man. Okay, you want to know my own big 4? I'll give you in no particular order. I'll give Rema. I'll give you Ashake. I'll give you Victoni, and I'll slide Thames in. Yeah. I'll just.
Yeah, so I'll
slide 10
of your 4.
Yeah.
So
but
not
Victoni,
too bad.
Victoni, that boy. See, because
Victoni big 4.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about sound now. The sound, Victoni.
I know one big song that Victoni has, and maybe 2.
Yeah, but every
compared to every other person I just mentioned.
Yeah. No. Are we talking about big? Are you talking about big 4 from the angle of how many hits they have? I'm not.
How do you?
It's different. It's different.
How do you quantify it?
Yes. If you're saying, we are talking about people who are going to be big 4.
No. I'm not saying who are going to be. I'm saying
who are the current.
If power is changing hands now in Afrobeat, and Rema already claimed, okay, it's no more big 3, it's big 4, right? Rema doesn't have to put himself in that class of David, Burna, and Wiz.
Okay.
I think we should look at the new Big Four.
The new Big Four.
And I'll take him, I'll take Thames, I'll take Arasta, and I'll take Ashake.
Okay, man, you
as my own Big Four.
Yeah. The only person on your list that I won't take is Arasta.
Why?
You should listen to me. I say you say Arasta and I say Victoni. If you don't agree with the Victoni, I'll say Omale.
Yeah.
Because
Oma is fire. Shout out to Omale.
Yeah, I'm looking at what will continue to hold Afrobeat's pillar, not just how many records we will continue to sell. Because it's been said, and we've had a lot of opinions about people who says that the Afrobeats will continue to be relevant, and what will actually really, the kind of music that will actually really hold Afrobeat is this alternative sound. You know, not the regular.
Didn't Wizkid said recently that he doesn't do Afrobeat?
See, that boy.
No, Ayo.
That boy. I don't understand. That boy.
Ayo is something else.
That boy
said he doesn't do Afrobeat. But then again, Baba, you know, there's something about Nigerians that they like to box you, and I think that is what he's trying to work against.
It's not just
he don't want anybody to box him.
But this is not the time to make those statements. You could have made those statements way before. See, when it comes to music, Baba, you know how all these fans be now. As an artist, when you're making a type of music in a certain way, when you try to change that style of music, your fans they always want you to do the same type of music. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Ashake in his last 2 albums, right? When Ashake released this his most recent song, Olimi, fire. When I listen to it, I love it. You know why I love it? That's same Ashake on a different sound, not the amapiano boom boom. You understand? But you know, it didn't really. It moves, but it didn't really move the way that's the fans reacting to it. When they know you for a style of music, they don't want you to change. That's the biggest. Yeah, it's always very hard to do.
So speaking of Big Four, right? Do you have an insight on why Rema actually went in on Mavins?
Well,
did you follow that story?
I followed it, but I didn't understand why.
I think there's something happening in house.
Don't forget that Rema is not fully signed to Mavins. Rema was signed to the Prince. It was a partnership between Jonesy Ward and Mavin. You understand? So technically, the way they presented the arrangement is signed to Johnson.
But even the going in, he included everybody. You didn't say he included everybody.
And don't forget
something going on with that boy.
Yeah. I think there's something going on in Johnson
in that camp. Yeah.
Do you listen to Ruga when he said he was unhappy, so he had to leave when the contract expired? That they were using monies made from him to promote another artist. It's obvious there's something going on within those circles. So, but for him to come out and get that saying Big Four, I like that. For me, what that tells me is new era is coming.
No, but if you want to look at it from numbers, from the numbers, what the data actually shows, right? It should be number 2.
Well,
it should be number 2. I think the only one that has more than his numbers is Burna.
Yeah, but Burna Boy has numbers. Yeah. Burna Boy has numbers. And don't forget, in the last 2 years, Afrobeats have been declining. Shows has been declining. And people have been talking about it, but nobody is reacting to it. And it is a thing of supply and demand. And I think one of the biggest issue that we're having is because these promoters are complaining that these guys are overpricing themselves.
Yes, I think I saw something by Dotun?
Yeah, Dotun said it. No, it's not even Dotun that started saying it. People have been saying these things in the last 2 years. You know, that they're pricing.
That these guys are overpricing.
Dotun DOTN posted something. I think it was a year or 2 years ago. Maybe a year ago. Within the last 1 year, he posted something. He said hype men should update their
archives,
their card, their pay card. That these guys, I think it was around December, he said these artists are overpriced and nobody can afford them to bring them to a show. So they will be coming for the hype man. Don't forget hype man, and hype man will do the same job as a DJ. will be there from the beginning of the party and from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. What would the artists do? Artists would just come in maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour,
Done.
and they're done. You understand what I'm saying? So he's saying people should update their card because these guys they're not gonna be calling these guys much for show. So update your card. So it's been happening for a long time.
Well, do you actually think these guys are overpriced?
Yeah, I don't know how much their rate card are, but when
it is crazy.
But when
crazy.
big dogs in the industry like Polo, if a big dog in the industry like Polo could come out and say something like that, you know, this is somebody who has all of them in his pocket when it comes to doing event endorsement. So he knows what he's saying. So when people like that talk, I believe it because I know they know what they're saying. I don't know what these guys are charging currently. I don't know.
Speaking of Polo, Techno and Kizz Daniel.
Yeah, Techno and Kizz Daniel, man.
What's going on?
Well, I don't know. I think Techno and Kizz Daniel, in my own opinion, they are both egocentric. So I didn't know how the both of them were able to lower their ego. And
I think it was just a fake news.
You think it was a fake news?
Yeah, the whole thing started with a fake news.
Then
saying
Techno reacted to it.
Yeah, then Techno reacted, and then Kizz Daniel responded.
You know, it was super crazy. First of all, I'll be very honest here. It took me a while to notice Techno was actually on Buga.
Yeah, me too.
It took me a while. Yeah. You know. And
eventually, I mean, Kiss would have done that verse smoothly.
Yeah, we have done the song.
It's not going to have an effect.
So even when I got to know that he was on the song, what came to my mind was maybe he wrote.
Who produced though?
It wasn't Techno.
Are you sure?
Techno didn't produce. Techno didn't produce the song. So which brings me to the idea of why was Techno even on that song? So I just thought maybe he wrote. Maybe he wrote or he co-wrote some part of the song. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget, at the time when Buga came out was at the time where people were looking forward to seeing Techno back because
it was Blaze Beat.
So
Blaze Beat, Young Willies, and Reward Bates.
Yeah,
these are the guys that produced it. Shout out to those guys, man. That's
shout out to Blaze Beats.
Yeah, Blaze Beats.
Another guy. Yeah, he's been knocking something. So, and don't forget, like I was saying. So it was around the time where people were waiting to hear something new from Techno after we heard about his struggles with his vocals and all that. So when eventually it was on that song, everybody loved it. But if you look at it from a very critical angle, technical angle of would that song still be what that song is without Techno?
Without Techno, yes.
I'll say
I agree 100%. And at the end of the day, the whole argument was actually about who has money. You don't have money. When they talk of who has money, why are you showing your face? Money no reach. This.
Money is always our bragging rights. I don't. And I believe at some point we should just take a step back and just we can talk about something else apart from just money. Even though Kizz Daniel have been taking shots on people talking about money on most of his songs.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about me, worry about you. Like, I get money. I get others. Artists does that in their songs, and they don't do it. See, Baba, you know this game. They don't do it just because they're writing a song. It's a shot of someone they may not mention. So when somebody talks about money, and another person come to say like what Techno did and say his money no reach. Come on, you two, you've been taking shots at some other people talking about money. It's just money, So you don't have to react that way and say, see the person we are trying to help. It's just kind of, it was just too messy. So for two people like that, they're both talented. They're both doing their thing. Case is even the one that surprised me the most with the pace is kept on.
So, that boy has been on that pace
he has never had a bad song
over a decade. And he's been doing it back to back.
I'm not a hater.
Come to think of it, speaking of Big Three, so initially I think it's Big 4 because Kiss is on that class.
Oh wow, you can say
so. Is an old Big 4 and a new Big 4 is coming up. Let's put it that way because Kiss has always been part of that Big 4
in Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah, but when they say Big 3, Big 4 that they're not talking about Nigeria. They're talking about worldwide. The only reason why why people are saying Burna Boy is number 1 is because of what he's been able to do in the last 3 years consecutively.
But what do you mean by worldwide though? I think he's still an Afrobeat class.
Yes, it goes way more than just music. Your tours, endorsement, and
but he's still an Afrobeat class.
Yes,
The Big Three is still an Afrobeat class. And
yes.
what I'm saying is, Kizz Daniel is on that spectrum too. He's on that class.
In Africa, yes.
Yes. He's on that class. So initially, it's not just about David, Wiz, and Burna. I think Kizz is on that class too. So it's 4 of them.
Yeah, in Africa, yes.
But there's something about Kizz Daniel though. He's not outside like the others.
Well, if you ask me,
he's not always outside.
In the last 3 years, Kizz Daniel has one of the biggest songs in Nigeria.
Of course,
the guy is big.
Yeah.
And
global.
I don't even think any of David's recent song touched Buga. That's my opinion. I don't think so. That song is big. The only song that can be on that level when it comes to how big it is Essence. Recently, that's in the last 3-4 years.
Last
yeah, but
last is fire.
Yeah, last is fire.
Is fire.
But don't forget. It has a sample on it. So definitely, it's an international sample. Come on. What song will you sample Tony Braxton? Not a Man Enough for Me. That wouldn't have the potential of. Come on.
No, I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
You know why I would disagree?
You disagree? Okay. Yeah.
There are songs that people have sampled
that didn't blow up.
And they didn't blow up like that. I think it's just the way Burna handled that song. It was classic.
Yeah, but
even if, I'm not sure if It Wasn't Man Enough for Me has the same kind of numbers.
Don't go there.
I'm just saying. If it is okay, let's put it this way, right? If it's, let's say the both songs are released now together, which one do you think will make more buzz?
Yeah, I'll go with my African brother, man.
You are going with African brother. You're going with the fact.
I'll go with my African brother.
You're going with the fact. So it makes sense. Burna did a wonderful one on that.
Yeah, but Burna Boy is phenomenal, man. Burna Boy is phenomenal. So it's phenomenal. Yeah.
Would you rate him?
Burna Boy is number 1.
Oh,
out of everybody in Nigeria right now. Yes, of course.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, because I don't know about the numbers, because they all put all of them. Let's say talk about the big 3 now. Big 4 with Rema. All of them has put out a chunk.
Big 5 with Kizz Daniel.
With Kizz Daniel. Everybody has more than 2-3 big global songs in the last 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Which put all of them on the same pedestal. But but Burna Boy has more attributes to it that comes with touring, performance, giving a show, and all of that.
His lyrical ability.
And I said it to someone. I told one of my guys. A year ago that Burna Boy is the only artist that people will go to his show 2-3 times before you can think of getting tired of it, because he incorporates a lot of stuff into his life sound. Burna Boy is the one artist that take his sound very seriously. Very, very seriously. From the days of him performing in France. I remember that first show he did in France. I think it was 3 years ago. He did in France. Yeah, the sound alone, And I've been to all of these guys' shows.
Yeah, I know.
Burna Boy is different. It's different. It's not just
He's super talented though.
Yeah, not just talented. He puts a lot of work into it. Because, for example, Burna Boy, Wiz, and Davido can earn, let's say maybe they're paying them the same amount of money for a gig, right? But Burna Boy spends more on his craft than every of them. I went to Wizkid show with just him, his DJ, and maybe saxophonist and a few other guys. I've just seen how many men band Burna Boy has. He's gonna pay all of them. I don't care how much he makes from that. So he's investing a lot into his sound. So that's what makes it sound very, very unique, and that's what's making.
And even the craft, though.
Yeah. He takes it very seriously.
He's a performer.
He's a professional. He's a performer.
He's a performer.
Yeah. He's a performer. He puts all his energy, all he has into giving a show.
Did you see the news about Mayor Kun and Skibi and one girl like that said they wanted to They
Yeah,
wanted to
I
use
saw
that
it, but
for rituals.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it online though, and I don't really get interested in most of those type of stories. But because it involve artists that I know, that I
because
like them.
for me it's because
I
because
pay
of my
attention to it. I pay attention to it, and for me, what was playing out from there is like is more or less like drugs. Somebody drink what you take what you're not supposed to take, and
so he's on drugs.
you are
The babe.
The babe. It looks like the babe take what she's not supposed to take. And
She actually posted drug screening result.
No. You're talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about when she first accused these guys.
Yes, you think he
Maybe she sounded like she was high on something
on
at the
Kolos?
time. Yeah, maybe on Kolos, man. There's a lot of shit is going on in Nigeria. You never know. That's what I thought from the beginning. Even though, come on, she cannot take herself to if somebody did not open the door for her to come into Skibby's house, she can force herself in. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a gray area in there. But I felt when I first watched that initial video, what I thought was this guy is high. Maybe they gave her something. Or,
But do you know that's not the first girl that would come out
and
saying
who?
Skibby.
For real? Okay. And that's the DJ girl too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it looks like a pattern.
Yeah.
It's like
Of course, something is going. Yes. It looks like it. Yes.
But for me though, even if something is going on, I'm not looking at it from a spiritual point.
No, it's not spiritual point.
I think he's just
maybe
just highness. Artist. So, but probably the girl reacted to it wrongly.
Yes, maybe.
But was she given anything based on was it on her consent?
See,
or was she drugged?
You see, when what happened to that girl looks like she was hallucinating at the time. See, drugs can react in your body. I'm not a doctor, but I know it can react in your body in a very different way.
Yeah, differently.
So there is no limit or an end to how it can react in your body.
That reminds me. Speaking of drugs, shout out to every marijuana lovers in the US.
420.
Yeah, I heard the DEA just turned marijuana to Schedule 3 now. So
DEA
in America, yes.
So if you're caught with
it has dropped now. So it's gone back to Schedule 3. So shout out.
Have they signed into law?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to the DEA. Because we are waiting in Texas to be able to call him Lagbo. We are waiting.
Yeah, they just reduced it from Schedule 2 to 3. So it's way better now. So a whole lot of people can have access. So shout out to them. Speaking of things that are happening, I think Nigeria is dealing with so much that all this entertainment stuff, right, makes them to forget their problem.
See, Nigeria is an organized crime scene. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a crime scene. Nigeria is a crime scene.
Organized crime scene.
That's the reason why all of us are here. That's the reason why there is Japa syndrome. Yeah, it's an organized crime scene. So in an organized crime scene, nothing can really surprise you because shit will keep going down.
Did you see the story of
a lot of stories?
The Total filling station.
The Total filling station. That they say they must buy meat pie.
Yeah, before
they can buy fuel. Man.
Okay.
Man. At first, I didn't believe that story, but when I watched the video, I'm like, what is going on? Well, maybe because funny enough, these things do happen even before we left Nigeria.
Yeah.
But we always look at it like it's normal. Now that we know better is where we're not thinking.
Trust me, the woman that was in that video that was saying you have to buy the meat pie before you can buy food.
Maybe she
thinks it's normal. I'm telling you, she think it is normal. It's my right. It's my. And
I must tell. And I will tell you now. Some people, maybe the person in front will be like, "No, I'm not buying." The next person will buy.
Yeah.
That's the problem we have as Nigerians. When somebody is trying to fight for something or saying we're supposed to have this, have that, somebody will just come from next and say, "If you're not taking it, I'll take it." So we don't. It's an organized crime scene.
Isn't it weird that people will do things and get away with it, and another person will do it and will get locked up for the same crime. Yeah, it's crazy. That, like they always say in an organized crime scene, in Nigeria generally, is who you know.
It's it's always been like that. The rule of law is not being, it doesn't take the order of the day. The same laws that applies to you doesn't apply to some people.
Did you follow the Bobrisky story?
Yeah, I followed the Bobrisky story.
Why is that guy in jail?
I don't know, man. It's crazy. I believe at first I believe they were trying to teach a lesson, which doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense to me. You cannot punish him because he's a cross-dresser, because there's no law in Nigeria that says somebody cannot be a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and also I think different laws for different.
Yeah, but they didn't actually hold him for cross-dressing.
Yeah, but
I think everything they said was about money.
Yeah, people are saying he didn't get a good lawyer, that he's supposed to not plead guilty. Because it's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how the Nigerian law system works, right? They'll say 3 months in jail or pay a fine or get both.
Yeah, but I think they didn't give him the option of fine.
They just sentenced him to jail with no, and it's
what exactly?
Is
it the same money that people spend every Sunday or every Friday or every Saturday, and they stepped on it, and we've seen there's millions of videos out there that doing the same thing.
Everybody is culpable.
Is that why
everybody in Nigeria is culpable for that?
Is that why this guy is in jail?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I think there's more personal thing. Nigeria now, sometimes some people.
I think they're trying to use him to teach some moral lessons, which doesn't make sense.
Moral lessons.
Yeah, I think I think that's what's going on. I think him being a cross-dresser has a lot to do to the reason why he's in jail right now. If it doesn't, why is this guy?
But if you want to teach people based on that, then hold him to that. Okay, this is reason why.
You can
because now the old reaction is different from. They said it was money, right? And it was jailed because of money.
CBN Act. Abuse of naira. See, you have no idea. You don't know that Nigeria is, like I said, it's an organized crime scene. Nigeria is a country whereby people are in jail and they don't know what they did. So a policeman can just carry you and drop you in kill, and you'll be there and they won't charge you to court. There are a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
it's an organized crime scene, bro.
Yeah.
This is the time where all the human rights activists should step up, but they're not stepping up. Nobody's stepping up for that boy. Nobody's speaking up for that boy right now. Sentiments, nobody. That's like that. There's one thing I always say. Social media is not real world.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
You may think some people like you because of what you do. That at the end of the day, shit will happen to you.
It's not real world. Yeah.
See, Very Dark Man was arrested, and you hear we know of a lot of people who stood up and trying to get him out. They were updating every day as they were proceeding with in trying to bail him out. The same thing happened to Bobrisky. He was charged to court and is in jail, and nobody's saying shit.
Yeah, and Cubana chief priest is
pleaded not guilty.
Pleaded not guilty and is going to court back and forth now.
I just heard they've settled out of court. Yeah, and the FCC. That case is gone. They've withdrawn that case now. It's money, bro. Without the case now.
But Bob has money now.
I think, where people are saying, I'm not a lawyer, people are saying his lawyer should have not let him plead guilty.
He shouldn't have. Because, sincerely, if you look at it, I do not see any crime in what he did.
There's a lady that has pled guilty to naira abuse before now, and they gave her just fine. You've forgotten that lady. There's one lady.
One actress, Abby.
I don't think it's an actress.
Sells something.
Yeah,
I think I saw
naira abuse.
No, I think she went to jail.
She went to jail. I think they gave her bail. She paid a fine or something.
Oh, I can't remember.
Yes, man. So I don't know. There's a way law is in Nigeria works for certain people.
The judicial system, we all know it's fucked up.
No.
We all know it's fucked up.
It's an organized crime scene. It's crazy. But man, before now, I'm not in support of what Bobrisky does and all of that, but putting him in jail for that. I was even talking to somebody that he can appeal it. You know what somebody told me? Somebody told me in Nigeria that they've not finished the original case. Before they look at your appeal, the 6 months is already gone. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think they need to do a lot to that judicial system. We all know that it does not make a lot of sense. A lot of people have just been fucked up for nothing.
I don't get it, but it is, man. It's something. It's a topic that really baffles me because I don't understand. I don't understand the reason why that guy is in jail. And also, as a first-time offender, I don't think you're supposed to get sentenced without a fine. Even in America, the first-time offender is always a chance for being a first-time offender.
They will always give you that leverage that okay, it's first time, don't do it again. Then if you now come back,
so I want to believe that's the reason why his lawyer.
So there's so many,
guilty.
there's so many. I believe there are some personal things with some people that he couldn't.
And you blame everybody. You blame even people like Bob for this shit because. And you all know that laws doesn't really work in Nigeria. So if you want to continue doing what you're doing, come on, you can do it.
I mean, let Bob be Bob.
Do it outside Nigeria.
No problem.
Don't stay with those guys.
Yeah, I can imagine. Do they actually put him in male prison?
That's what we heard. They say he's in male prison.
But there was a time he was
First
saying.
First of all, are those things real? Is Bomb real? Is it real? Is it?
Yeah, it's real.
Surgery. He did it. It was
the bomb. I think it's real, and the breast is real
for
too.
real.
But I don't think he actually changed his.
I don't know
his gender though,
because I don't follow that guy. I'm not a fan. So,
but aren't they supposed to actually create his own space for him because he's not a man fully and he's not a woman fully. He's in between. He's a trans.
Does Nigeria recognize?
Does it make sense to put him in the male prison?
I think they put him in male prison. My dear, it's the law. Nigeria does not recognize any of that thing.
Do you know that I know someone in Nigeria? He's actually a driver. One of my friends' driver. Right. I was talking to him one day, and he told me that his gay experience
was
they disvirgined him.
In prison. Yeah, it happens here too. I've read stories here too. Yeah.
So if you take somebody like Bob and you lock him up in a milk prison, aren't you just exposing him to more dangers?
Harm? Yeah.
More harm.
Don't forget what goes down in prison goes down in prison. You know what I'm saying? And the tendency of it coming out is it may not come out. It's not something I want to think of. But I read online that he claimed to be male. So he's in male cell.
I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for that guy.
Free Bob, man. Free Bob. Please. Free Bob. Bob did not do anything wrong. He did not commit any crime as far as I'm concerned because there's nothing violent, there's nothing criminal apart from he spends money somewhere. I don't know, but I mean, I stand with Free Bob movement. We should start that hashtag Free Bob.
No, I'm not doing any hashtag for no.
I'm putting it in all my tweets from today on.
Doing any
hashtag Free Bob. Free Bob, please.
I'm looking at the sentiments of sentence. I'm not looking at no hashtag for nobody.
Yes, that's a good segue for me. Then, speaking of sentiments and sentences, I also want us to have a segment on this podcast. If you have any concern or issue that you would need advice on, or you want us to talk about it, you can always send a voice note to this WhatsApp number. Add this number on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Send a voice note what you think is going on, whatever you think is going on, so we can listen to it and give our honest opinion. If you don't mind.
We are not professionals.
We're not professionals, but we can tell you.
We can give you some street OT.
Yes, so send your voicemail to this number below, and you hear, and it's not just our opinion. You hear other people's that listen to the podcast too. They'll put their opinion in the comment section.
We can do that. At least we can speak and we can tell people our opinion, our honest opinion, and our honest advice. Even though we're not professional, we're not therapists, we're not. At least people
don't listen to us, because sometimes we are ogba.
Everybody's ogba. but if you need some advice,
but at least we know plenty things that a lot of people don't know.
Yes.
So,
he knows a lot. He's gonna help you.
So we can do one or two things. So don't forget, if you have a song you want us to explore, showcase on the podcast, send it in. If you have just concerns, issues that you would like to, you need advice on, send it to the voice note on this number, and we can take it from there. I think this is a good one. This is a good comeback after a long time.
Yeah, man.
But the podcast is back now, so don't worry. We're not going anywhere.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Back to back. And one more thing. Very soon we are going to be on Patreon. fully, and for you to have some more insights, because the version on Patreon is going to be different from what you get on YouTube and on Spotify. But for Patreon, you have to be a subscribed listener, so you have to subscribe to it. So, but when it's ready, we'll let you know. But the team is currently working on it. So very soon, when it's ready, we'll let you guys know. But you get one or two when you want to give us.
No. I just want to say shout out to everybody listening to the podcast. Continue listening, stream, and I hope I continue to be a good co-host on this show.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to have fun.
Don't worry, you didn't do bad on your first day.
Yeah, man. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed myself.
Your social media handle is Celebrity CEO,
yes,
on Instagram,
on everywhere.
Celebrity CEO
on
on Twitter.
everywhere.
And I'm your boy, Ja Bless Music.
See you on the next one.
See you next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Jobless.